Case out of a movie script. A former police officer accused of killing instead of upholding the law. Everson Luhanga is the editor-at-large at Scrolla Africa news publication. He's been following the trial of Nomia Rosemary Ndlovu since its early days. He even had some close encounters with her when she was first accused. He joins me now to reflect on this ongoing trial. Everson, thank you so much for making time. I have to ask you, what happened when you were stuck in a room with Rosemary, and how were you feeling? Everson, apologies, we're not able to hear you. Please, can you unmute yourself or take off your earphones just so we can make the sound much clearer. Everson Luhanga is editor-at-large at Scrolla Africa news publication, and he's going to be telling us about an encounter that he had with Rosemary when they were stuck in a room, just the two of them. This is a woman who has been accused and is standing trial for killing and ordering hits on her family members just so she can cash in on insurance money. Everson, I hope the sound is much clearer now. Go ahead and explain the encounter you had with Rosemary.
Good afternoon, Clement. Hope you can hear me now.
Much better. Go ahead.
Great, Clement. So the first thing I must answer is how long I've been following this case. I've been following this case since 2018, Clement, when I first heard that I got a call from community members when Morris, Rosemary's fiancé, died. And when I interviewed Morris' brothers, that's when I realized that the suspect in this case is, in fact, the police officer from Tembisa South Police Station. Then I got more interested following the story. I've been following the story from the regional court of Tembisa until it moved to the Johannesburg High Court, you know, Clement. And then it was just one time when the case was postponed, adjourned to a further date. When I took a chance. I went with police officers when they were taking Rosemary, the accused, to the Postmanpur prison. And then I joined the police officers. I followed her. So while we were opening doors going to the police van where it was parked outside, one of the doors could not open. And then the police who was accompanying Rosemary had to go back to look for the keys for that particular door. And then that's where it was me and Rosemary stuck in that room and waiting for the police officer to bring in the key to open that door. Unfortunately, he couldn't find the key. We used an alternative door.
What happened? So when you were stuck in this room with her, did you guys exchange any words? How was she looking at you? How were you looking at her? And were you scared?
Well, Clement, as a journalist, I've been involved in many risk-taking. But on that day, I couldn't take a risk of talking to Rosemary. The way she was looking at me, I mean, she was looking at me from head to toe. Then I kept quiet. She kept quiet. So that's a cold situation between us.
Okay, and then you've been following this case, as you've indicated, since 2018. A lot of the media houses only picking it up recently. What are you able to tell us about her demeanor? You've seen her in court before. She was acting a little weird a couple of days ago, and then her demeanor and attitude towards the media and the journalists, particularly the photographers, changed as the days were going, as the trial was ongoing. Was it strange what we saw this week compared to what you were able to see since 2018?
Well, Clement, I've always known Rosemary as that bubbly person. She comes to court dressed up, well dressed up, her hair well done, and she has never seemed worried at all at any case, you know. And on what I've seen recently, even when I went to speak to her this past week that is ending today, she also gave me that bum kind of show off inside the court gallery. So I haven't seen her as aggressive as she has been recently, but she has always been happy, always smiling, She has never shed a tear. She has never seen emotion, except last week when we saw when they were questioning her about Morris. But in all, she has been a happy soul, you know, smiling all the time, dressing up nicely. Even if there were no cameras, you know, she knew that I was a journalist at one point, because the other day when we were at Tembisa Police Court, High Court, I mean Tembisa Regional Court, I was close to her. She even gave me Marie biscuits to pass it to her brother. So I mean, I've been very close to her following this case.
What's the family saying? You indicated you've spoken to some of the people around her. Are they shocked? Are they surprised? Are they sad?
I've spoken to accused Rosemary's brother, director. His name is Director. I mean, he told me at that time that her sister is not even guilty. And Director indicated to me that the sister was a breadwinner at home. She has been doing everything for them, and there's no way that she can be killing the family members. That's what Director told me at one point.
Oh, all right. Everson, thank you so much for speaking to us. Everson Luhanga is the editor-at-large at Scrolla Africa news publication. He's been following this case since 2018.